One sunny morning, the minions woke up ready for another carefree day. They sang, danced, and played their silly games, completely unaware that the world outside had changed forever. They roamed around their big, old house and had a fun pancake flipping contest. It wasn't until Bob, the smallest but most curious minion, peeked outside and noticed the unusual silence that things started to take a strange turn. Curious Bob dragged his friends to the yard, pointing at the abandoned streets and the empty neighborhood. The minions, being who they are, didn't get scared. Instead, they giggled, thinking it was just another prank. Silly minions. They grabbed some bananas and decided to go exploring. Hand in hand, the minions marched towards the city. They giggled and played, curious about the empty shops and unmanned ice cream stands. Kevin, ever the leader, decided they should see more important places, so off they went. They came across famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty, but it wasn't until they saw the deserted White House that the reality started to sink in. After a few funny attempts to understand what was going on, the minions decided that if nobody else was around, they would make the White House their new home. They stormed through the majestic gates and spread out, exploring every corner. Stuart played with the president's chair, spinning around while holding a banana. Bob and Kevin found the kitchen and started a food fight, aiming to make the biggest banana split ever seen. Days turned into weeks, and the minions adapted. They stumbled upon an airbase one day and discovered modern military aircraft. Now, any human would find these jets too complex, but for the minions, they were just oversized, super-fast toys. Soon, they were making grocery runs in fighter jets, zipping past buildings with their signature laugh. On a particularly sunny day, the minions found an aircraft carrier. Instead of using it for serious missions, they decided it would be the perfect place for a volleyball match. They split into teams, using planes as the net poles, and their chaotic game resulted in lots of laughs and accidental catapults into the water. As time went on, the minions continued to adapt, finding new ways to entertain themselves. They played with advanced tech, turning a supercomputer into a giant video game console and transforming high-tech labs into banana smoothie stations. Despite all the fun, there were moments when the minions sat and pondered their new reality. They missed their old friends but knew they had each other, and that was enough. They scribbled funny faces on world maps, treating the entire globe as their playground. In their quirky way, the minions came to terms with being the last beings on Earth. They realized that their new world was full of endless possibilities. They decided to celebrate their unique life with a grand party at the White House. It was a hilarious, joyful affair, with sprinkles of their typical mischief. And as the sun set, the minions danced, sang, and laughed, embracing their extraordinary world with open arms, ready for whatever tomorrow would bring.